This is coming up on the 4th of July holiday, and I wanted to just say that this is one of my favorite holidays. It used to be, my grandmother's no longer alive, but she was born on the 4th of July. And I got a good friend who also is still with us. He's 4th of July guy. And it's Happy Birthday America time. And, you know, like a lot of folks, we have gatherings through the years on the 4th of July. And I think we're having a small gathering tomorrow. But often at these gatherings, I like to go back to one of our founding fathers, John Adams, and read a little piece about what he thought 4th of July holiday would mean to future generations. And if you'll indulge me, I'm going to read that right now.
July 2nd is the day that the Continental Congress actually voted for independence. The written declaration was dated July 4th, but wasn't signed until August 2nd. John Adams wrote this to his wife in a letter on July 3rd, the day after we declared our independence. I am apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward forevermore. You will think me transported with enthusiasm, but I am not. I am well aware of the toil and blood and treasure that it will cost us to maintain this declaration and support and defend these states. Yet through all the gloom, I can see the rays of ravishing light and glory. I can see that the end is more than worth all the means, and that posterity will triumph in that day's transaction, even although we should rue it, which I trust in God we shall not. John Adams, July 3rd, 1776.
Okay, we're back. If you made it this far, thanks for listening. My kids give me a hard time joking around because often when I read that to the groups, I get choked up. And I know it's corny, but you know, a few things choke me up through the years. They joke I'm like George W. crying at everything. I don't know if I'm that bad, but you know, sometimes reading that, think about what those guys put on the line, and I am convinced that they knew what they were writing, and that there were compromises to be made back then, and that when they wrote all men are created equal, with provisions to change the document, and the forethought that they had, I think they knew exactly what they were doing. They had to compromise, and some states wouldn't join if certain provisions were there. But now, you know, in our long history, I feel like we've righted some wrongs. We're not a perfect country, never have been, but I think we're the greatest country. And I think, unfortunately, some people profit by living in the past. And I do mean literally, they profit by living off victimhood status. And who wants to live that way, right? Like, you know, who wants to live life as a victim when there's so much opportunity? But unfortunately, the opportunity for some is to profit off the distant past. And I still think this is a great country. We've got our challenges. And, you know, those who don't think we're the greatest would never go live in another country. That's for sure. All these celebrities that talk about they're going to leave if so-and-so wins office, they never do. Many of us wish they would, but they never do. But anyhow, enough of that. It's just, we live in a great country. So happy birthday, America. I hope everybody gets out and has a good 4th and remembers the reason for the holiday. Take a moment, educate your own kids, and give it a talk up, and enjoy the 4th of July holiday.